So I'm just along the coast, headed towards the Cape Pembroke lighthouse, and it's spring now, so it's actually quite warm today and the birds are singing, so that's real nice. Just had a first dive. I haven't been in for a while, but we're just kind of heading up the coast now and just hitting a few other spots. It looks quite a nice spot here. Some big waves coming in, so I might just head on. There's kind of a little inlet just around here, so probably just go in there and see what's up. So yeah, so just having a nice coast walk, and then we'll get back in the water and see if there's anything down there. It's just some kelp in the last little pool, but I've seen some seals there, some sea lions there before, so I was kind of hoping I might have one come up and say hi, but we'll just have to see. Here's the fly gas. Looks like it's landing. So I just stopped here. There's this nice kind of pebbly, rocky area, which looks like a really nice spot to get in. But what you're looking at when you come down to these places is you can see there's some big waves hurling in here. There's a especially big one now that's probably going to splash up against the rocks. And there's quite a lot of kelp in there as well. There's a lot of kind of rocky areas, so although it's kind of got the easy access, it's not ideal, because you'd probably just get, as soon as you get in, you're either going to get thrown back, you might hit a rock, or you get stuck in the kelp, and there's quite a lot of kelp out here as well in this bit. So it's a nice place to sit, but I think we just need to go a bit further on around there, see if we can find another spot that's a bit calmer. The waters get pretty rough here, and even in the last little pool I was in, kind of just sitting on the surface, and you'll look sideways at the seaweed and you just notice that you're just getting pulled out or pulled in, so you've got to be really careful around these rocks. You don't get obviously smashed kind of back into one. There's no one out here, so you've got to be really careful. So I'm going to pick a sensible spot and go from there. Yes, I think this is the spot. It's nice and flat down here, probably some nice little reefs and things to look at, so we'll head down here, get the fins on and see if there's anything down there. I haven't seen any sort of wildlife from the surface, so we'll just go and have a look. So I've just been in the water again, just gotten out. I wasn't in for too long, but it was nice. There was like some beautiful kelp forest down there, and it looked really flat when I was getting in, but then I don't know, it got a little bit sketchy at times, and you might see in the videos I'm like swimming back in, but you're just stationary because the water just keeps you out. So I think without the fins, you know, you could see how you'd get drifted out. The tide is on its way out, which isn't ideal. I'd rather go when the tide's coming in or it's high, just because there's more to see, but it's just the way it fell today, and I just thought I'll just get out and just stay fairly shallow. Yeah, and no animals, but still it's beautiful under there. It's really, really nice, and it's so clear now. I was in a couple of months ago and it just feels so much clearer already. So I think the plan is I'm going to head back to the car, which is like about a kilometre walk, maybe a bit more, and then I'll have a short drive, might just go around to Yorke Bay, see if we can see any dolphins and get in with them. Let's try that. Look at this old tree. Oh, I wonder where it came from. Be amazing. Bit of firewood, but there's not much kindling around because there's no trees here, so not really a chance of a fire if you're out camping. But I've seen some debris on the beach, so there might be some around, but we're not doing that today. Stuff here. This is old seaweed. It's everywhere. It's called holdfast, I guess, because I think it like mounts to the sea floor like that, and then all the seaweed comes off of it, but there's loads of it around. It's cool stuff. Loads of bugs. This is that first little cove I was at. It's real pretty. It's not so hard to get in here either, but you can just kind of swim all the way out, and it's just really beautiful. But it's quite a small area, and I didn't want to go out past the cove because, I don't know, you could feel like you could get swept out quite easy there, especially with the tide going out. So yeah, it's a nice spot, but there wasn't much there to see today. The reason I came here is because in this kind of tussock grass all along the back here, there's been sea lions when I've walked here before, and they've kind of just hopped up and gone down to the water. So I thought, because it's quite a deep spot and the tussock grass is here, that maybe there'd be some here today, but I think because the weather's so nice and it's quite calm, I don't know, maybe they're out fishing or they're further up along the Cape. So yeah, we'll see. We might see one still, but it's looking pretty doubtful, just because it's always when you come out and the weather's nice and you've got a camera, you never see them. So I'll come back again without a camera and I'm sure they'll be here. Oh man, this has to be one of my favourite places. It's so beautiful. There's just nothing here. There's like some pretty big waves coming in there actually. I feel like it was a good time to get out of there when I did. There's a couple of tussock birds. Let's see if I can. They're usually really tame, and this time of year they seem to be making a lot of noise, I guess because it's spring. Getting ready for the love making. Springtime love making. Make the babies. Made it. Car's here. So I'll hop back in. I'm so thirsty. I'm gonna have a drink. I've got to like half whip this wetsuit off. Let's get back in the car and we'll drive around, and I'll go and have a look at Yorke Bay and then go from there. But yeah, there's sometimes sometimes stuff there, sometimes it's just kind of nothing but sand, so we'll just see. Hopefully we get lucky, but if not, it's still a nice day. I've just parked up at Yorke Bay. The water's not looking too great, but there are dolphins out there, and they're kind of shallow. They're Commersons dolphins, which is what I was hoping for. So we'll go down and see, but it's just going to depend whether they come up to me or not. But we'll give it a go. Hopefully get some dolphins. That was really cool. There were loads of dolphins out there, but unfortunately, yeah, the visibility was really bad, so I could only see them really from like as they were arching next to me, and you could hear them like blowing for air. It was amazing. And I saw like a few whites of their bodies like zoom right past me, so if it was clear it would have been like really good. Could have seen them really well, so I have to come back down again when it's clear. But there are loads of them out there, and they always just hang out in this bay. Just gotta chill out here in the sun for a bit now, and then head back to the car and call it there. I think it was a good day, really good day.